Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I know there's a lot of laughter, and I love that. The house can get so lonely, and the sounds of laughter are the best sounds, aren't they? They're just the happiest things to hear. They just laugh. I love that energy. So beautiful. But for those who are live, who are online, welcome for this Saturday session, and everybody here as well. Welcome, everybody. We'll just give 2 minutes for people who are in the kitchen getting their tea, and then we'll be ready. Okay? So hang in there, guys. It's okay. Come on. Yes, let's mute the phones. David, you can turn off that music and turn off your Bluetooth. Okay. It's a great day, isn't it? And we all are here and cozy and comfortable. Thank you for coming, guys. I know what it means to, spend time, drive, and get yourselves away from your family and still come here. Give time to yourself, to each other, and to me. So honored, so humbled, really, every time, every time. And I really admire your commitment as well to your practice. Because most of you are here every week, no matter what happens, and you're online, if not in person. So everybody's so committed to their practice, and that's what matters. Before we start the session today, I had a question from you guys. And like Abiba said, it's a loaded question. The question is, can you share with us, all of us, what are the 1 or 2 things that have really changed in your life because of meditation as a daily practice? What's changed? I would want to know your feedback for yourself, for others. So if you'd like to share, people. And David is going to pass the mic around.
Yay, Sangeeta.
Thank you. Thank you for this beautiful session today. So, 2 things that definitely impacted me. One is patience. So, through meditation, what I realized is I'm not running after time. I actually have a lot of time to do many things. And that is because I have a lot of clarity in my mind and I can prioritize things very clearly. So I am more patient because I have more time. That sequence of activities and organization in the head is because of meditation. And so that gives more patience, and I am more patient. And I really appreciate this thing about meditation and the fact that I am. And another thing is let go. Just let it go. I cannot, every week when I meditate with you guys, I always feel the art of letting go is so important. It was always important for me. The ego, anger, they were the 2 evil twins that sat inside my body, and this is the time. It's a process, but I am
Dissolving it.
I am dissolving it.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you, Barkha, for everything that you teach.
Yourself and others
And the
as well.
guidance, yes. And all your energies, whenever we meditate together, it's just electrifying, actually. Thank you. Thank you.
For me, the main thing, when I started meditating, I always have a lot of fear. I may not come off like that sometimes, right? But worried about like my family, my loved ones, continuously, because we're very close, and I'm imagining things that couldn't happen, might happen, didn't. I'm all over the place, and that was my main thing. I have this peace now, knowing that understanding that I don't have control of these things and that I don't influence them by worrying helped me so much, and meditation kind of got me there. It was preventing me sleeping. I had a hard time falling asleep without going through like at least an hour of thought before bed, and I find myself drifting off to sleep very peacefully now. I don't have that problem anymore when it comes to falling asleep without worry.
Are you talking about
Yeah.
anxiety? For you?
Yes.
Okay.
Basically, I was always very, very anxious and worried, almost waiting for like a shoe to drop continuously. Yeah, it's just what was going on. That fear is gone, and there's a peace that came with it, kind of what you're talking about. Just, I have no control. And I thought that me worrying about it that was my way of having control, and I realized that that wasn't it. So I let a lot of things go, and that peace came very easily.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing.
Hi, good morning. For me, why do I sound like you? For me, it has given me, I'm more thoughtful and less reactive. So there are things, you know, me being me in the career that I have, I had to be reactionary, right? Everything was like, you know, you had to just go for it because a split second can change things, right? So I was always very reactive.
Are you still in the same career?
Huh?
Are you still doing the same job though?
Yeah, right now I'm not working, but I am in the same job
job.
though. Yeah, it's the same career. But it has allowed me to really be the observer. I mean, really step back, choose that silence and observe of what and think about it. Stop making yourself the main person in every situation. The meditation has given me a foundation, because I'm not like super like a religious person like Christianity and things like that, but it has given me a foundation, not just for me though, but it gives me a foundation to give to my children. And I'm currently doing that now, where we meditate together and things like that, and that's something that no one can ever take away from them. So
Yes.
that's some of the things that it's given me, and I thank you for that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Is this too hot for you?
No.
Let me know, or just turn it.
You know, I love that the ladies are just able to share like that. Like, you know,
Yeah, their hearts are really open, yes.
you know. So, you know, I was hearing somewhere that, you know, religion is important in that it gives you faith. But this difference between religion and spirituality is you take that faith and you connect to the, whatever you call it, the divine, the source and all that. And I think that comes from looking inward. And so, you know, living a whole life where you're in the rat race and looking outward, and just the fact that you start looking inward, I think it changes everything. So all of the things that Sangeeta said, I am, or awareness, self-awareness, being calm, less reacting, I think it starts by looking inward and connecting with your true self. And I think those are the benefits I'm beginning to experience. Let's say I'm on that journey, and I hope to go deeper and deeper into that.
Very good.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you. Thank you. Anybody else?
I'll be quick, but it's just internal comfort, I think, is what I'm finding right now. I haven't had a lot of internal peace over the many years, and it's just providing that level of comfort within myself.
Cool.
So what I've noticed is meditation, relaxation, working on your mind, relaxing it, working it, training it really, and I'm so much more in the present. It's just unbelievable. I don't
like that.
worry about the past. I don't worry about the future. And the awareness I'm seeing that I can actually feel people, not only see them, but feel them. And I mean, just all this newness and wonderfulness, it's happening.
Very nice. Hi, Kelly. You can sit here. There's a chair here. Okay. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Ben. What a gift to come into a spiritual tribe, and I just give so much gratitude to Alexandra, my dear friend, over 30 years. But I thought I didn't know meditation, and there's so many levels to go inward and to be connected with our source. And if we take our heartbeat and we feel the pulse, we're in between. Where I like to play is in between the heartbeat, the space. And it's allowed me to go just be in that present moment. And I made up an acronym for SPACE: silent, pause, ascend, commune, and evolve. So to be present to that space is beautiful. And my daughter and I made that up during COVID. She made a shirt and we was like brainstorm. But it was really beautiful to have our kids tapped into what we practice.
I love that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ben.
Yeah.
Commune is very important. All of them are important.
Hi, everyone. Good morning. Buenos dias. I'm Alexandra. Meditation for me, it is the vehicle to go into the silence. It is the vehicle to go into divine presence. My meditations keep evolving, but one of the sweetest things that has happened is that when I meditate, I feel the personality of Alexandra, and then I feel the presence of the divine. And with time, the personality is becoming less and less. And my connection to the divine is integrating. It's the union that is happening. And so we live in a world where the personality pops out. We need it here. But the meditation, that space, gives me the opportunity to commune and integrate with that presence that's all around us, and there is no separation. So that is the experience of meditation for me.
Thank you. That's very beautiful. Anybody else? Okay. So, saying meditation is life enhancing is just saying something very redundant. It's like saying exercise or working out is good for your health. It's like that. But what I think is, I want us to go thinking beyond just a little bit, that meditation revolutionizes our experience of being alive. It's not just life enhancing, it changes the way we live our life. It completely goes on its head if we practice regularly. See, meditation is like any other skill. If you want to learn piano, if you learn it once a week or twice a week for 15 minutes and you're off doing other things, it's going to take you a while to get really good at it. So meditation is really a skill, and it requires the patience, and it teaches you patience. And you want to practice it every day to see its benefit. So it's just like eating or taking a shower. It's brushing your teeth. You need to meditate. So it's just something you do every day. That's important. Anyway, over a year and a half, it's been over a year and a half, right? We have done different kinds of meditation in this group. Starting from the most basic, the foundational one, which is, our Anapanasati and body scan, which is really a mindfulness meditation, which is really bringing mindfulness in our life. And the way we do it is we focus on our breath, and we bring that awareness of the present moment. So what we are doing with mindful meditation is we are harnessing our mind. We're taming our mind, because the mind is a beautiful thing, But if left unattended, it's a chaotic, swirling mess of way too many voices chatting, chat, chat, chat. So mindfulness really helps us tame this beast, this wild beast. And when we tame this beast through mindfulness, it becomes a beautiful mind. That becomes the higher mind. That mind is what we need to live our life, not that monkey mind that is chattering from one branch to the other. So mindfulness will give you that. It will make you less distractible. It will give you focus. It will give you clarity to take on this world. So we know about mindfulness and how the meditation technique works in this group. Everybody knows it, and we've been doing it, right? The second kind of meditation that we do here are guided meditations. Now, guided meditations have a powerful place. It's like you want to go up that mountain, and you have a Sherpa to guide you, to take you up there. So it's literally that. It's inserting certain kind of concepts and ideas in your mind to think differently, to change your mindset, to insert an idea, and to keep working on it. So you almost reprogram your mind to thinking in that particular direction. Like maybe it's an abundance mindset. Maybe it's reprogramming your mind through changing limiting beliefs that you have, or practicing gratitude, or any of that. So guided meditations also have a powerful place, because in meditation, when you go deep inside, then you sort of open the portal of your subconscious mind, and that's where you get to work on your rewiring your mind. So guided meditations have a great goal as well. Having said all this, I think I will not be authentic or honest with you if I didn't say that both these meditations are but a preparation for the real thing. They lead you there, but they are not that. It's like if I point to the moon, my finger is not the moon. I'm just pointing to it. So these meditations are a preparation, are a spiritual practice that you use, it is the tool that you use. But the ultimate outcome that you want to seek as a seeker is your spiritual awakening. Don't think the meditation is the end all and that's it. It's just a tool that you use, but your goal, it can be audacious, but why not? We are very bold people, so why settle for anything less than your own awakening, your personal spiritual awakening? And what is spiritual awakening is really recognizing who you are. You're not this temporal, limited being, that little me that you thought you were, but you're this divine, luminous essence, the most glorious being that walked the face of the earth. Just understanding, not conceptually, but that deep knowing that you are divine, which means you're a highly evolved being, full of superhuman capabilities. There's nothing you can do or you cannot do. So it's that knowledge, that wisdom, that knowing. That is what we want to strive, okay? And they say awakening or liberation or enlightenment, it happens by accident. It's amazing. I've been listening to a lot of awakened teachers, and you should listen to Eckhart Tolle if you don't. So these are awakened teachers amongst us, and they're just like you and me. They are not in exotic packaging of any kind, They're just like ordinary people like us, who figured out how to use the spiritual energy and really ascend into their awakening. Use meditation as a practice, but not that's it. But their goal is clear, awakening, right? What was I saying? I always, go somewhere, and then it's hard for me to come back to. Right, yes. So, but it is a preparation for the real thing. And you see, that's where the juxtaposition lies. If you are always in preparation, then you're thinking that moment of your liberation is somewhere in the future. You see what I'm saying? Because the mind thinks like that. okay, I am preparing for that final outcome. One day, that accident is going to happen and I'm going to be awakened. So you're postponing that moment. But why should you do that? Why? Any moment, every moment, you could experience that awakening. Now, we all have had awakening experiences. We've all had that, those mystical experiences. We've all had that. But I'm talking about sustaining that awakening, sustaining it as a superhuman, a superhero almost. So that's what I was going with. So today I want us to go with this idea that this moment, this meditation is this magical moment that I'm going to work on my awakening, okay? On my personal awakening. So how do we start to think like that? First is we start with we turn it upside down. That's what the awakened masters do. They turn it upside down, which is they assume that they're awake. You assume you're awake. And I think we touched all of this in the retreat as well. So you assume you're awake already. One of the most profound qualities of an awakened person is a sense of letting go, a complete surrender to the moment that is before them. It is a practice of radical contentment. Radical, not just okay, no, radical, complete, utter, absolute contentment to the moment that is unfolding in front of you, okay? So that is a profound superhuman quality that these awakened folks have. Why don't we have that? Why shouldn't we? We can practice it today and every day in our meditation and beyond our meditation, which means even in your meditation, you give space to having vacation on the moment, that this is how the experience should be. So for meditation, for example, we come with certain expectations. I'm going to have a mystical experience. I'm going to have a deep meditation. Or, oh gosh, why are these thoughts not subsiding? Why are they so chaotic? So all of this, what does that take away from us? The moment as is, which means we are back in our mind, thinking on how to change the moment, how to control it, and if we are not able to control it, we are frustrated by it. But what if you could practice radical contentment today and say, whatever happens, this moment is beautiful as is. Just deep contentment. Guys, that is a profound quality of an awakened person. They have figured out how to dive within themselves and really touch that deep contentment in their lives. So, it's kind of you flow with ease. There's a lot of discomfort in life, a lot of mental challenges in life, and yet they flow with ease because they have contentment. And it starts by letting go. So first you let go of trying to control the moment, the meditation experience, or anything. Once you let go, once you surrender, then contentment comes. Contentment is a beautiful sister of letting go. She comes a little later. First you have to let go. Not let go as a resigned attempt, fine, I'm letting go. No, letting go with an active state of surrender. You know what? I give up. You've got the best ideas for me. I'm going to enjoy this moment as it unfolds. And then contentment comes. It's going to really enrich your practice, guys. Anything that you do in your life. So really, this is meditation 2.0, as far as I'm concerned. It really is. And I think all of us are ready to go to the next level. So yes, mindfulness, yes. Guided meditations, yes. But remember, every time you sit for your meditation, sit with radical contentment. Okay? And then after your meditation also, radical contentment. Now, what does that mean? Does it mean that you don't act or you don't do anything about it? You do. But when you have contentment for anything, then your actions are going to be more coming from the space of love and compassion versus the mind saying, hey, let's do this, let's organize this, let's handle it this way. Because then the mind is working too much and you're trying to get beyond the mind. Because that's what an awakened consciousness is. It goes beyond the mind, beyond your thoughts. It is that deep knowing that is you're there. You have a mind, you have your thoughts, you have your body, but you have these things. You are not them. So that's the understanding. So radical contentment. Do you guys have any questions about it?
Is it kind of like, would you equate it to sort of like an ego death when you get to that point? You know what I mean? Because we got to let it go in order to be able to let go and surrender. So that's part of it is
Yeah, it
turning
is.
that ego inside out and taking a look at it.
Absolutely, it's dissolving your ego. I mean, how else do you let go? Yeah, 100%. I agree. To use this.
So that's very interesting what you're talking about here. So I'm curious, when you're at that radical contentment and you accept things the way they are, where does that play with like the ability to say, you know, using your mind to change matter, right? Like where does that come into play? If you're either you're content or are you trying to affect? Does that make sense?
I guess what you're trying to say is, when do you use your mind then? Is that what you're saying? To change whatever
your
you need to
beliefs,
do.
change, yeah.
To
change-
whatever you need to do. Yeah.
Yeah.
So when we, like I said, right, when we practice all our meditations, our mind becomes. But there is a meditation 2.0, which I'm trying to say is, you can do all of this, but cultivate an extraordinary quality in yourself, which is the quality of an awakened being, which is contentment for the moment as is, without imposing on it, because the mind has its preferences. I like this, I don't like this. Today's meditation was great, but the music was terrible. Or, I'm just kidding.
Now, wait a minute.
There you go. He's sending you a flying kiss, right?
So when we were talking this morning, I asked you the same thing, sort of about, does that mean you don't have goals or you don't have aspirations or that thing? And you were telling me like how, you know, that you have more clarity around your goals.
Yes. You have more clarity. You have more understanding. And you come from a space of the higher mind, the mind being tamed enough, from a space of contentment. And then you have that action with strength and courage and compassion. You bring all of those qualities. That's who you are. That's your actual being. That's exactly. That is your natural self. That is your natural self. So basically, you are showing more of your natural self rather than what the mind does. Haven't you guys noticed that? Or am I don't think so, right? I mean, any moment that is present in front of us, we try to change it to our preference. That's a problem. And in fact, Buddha says that is the cause of all suffering. Says preferences are the cause of, is in ignorance, and it is the cause of human suffering. So what I say is, either have preference for everything you like, everything, everybody, everything. That's, okay, I think that's easier for me.
That's being selfish. That's being selfish. So it's easy that way.
That's self-destructive if you just go on ahead and do everything.
No, I mean preference as in you like it. You don't have a problem with it. That's what I mean, preference.
You're
You go
content
with the
with it.
flow and you enjoy it.
You enjoy everything. It's easier.
I was thinking the audio.
Yeah. To me, that's easier. Instead of detaching yourself, almost not liking anything. I mean, that's not what Buddha said. I do not, there will be a bolt of lightning that will strike on me if I denigrate those ancient halls of wisdom. Okay, so I'm not doing that. But I thought it would be easier to just prefer everything. It's nice.
Because I simplify it by when I'm in that situation or I'm awareness, I just say, I hope for the best. I
Yeah.
always hope for the best instead
Yes.
of thinking the worst. So
Yes.
that's, you hope for the best.
Yes.
On the radical
Here, you should use, because there are a lot of people online. Last week we had around 20 people. So let's make sure they also get, they can hear you, Sangeeta.
Sure. I was born with the microphone in my voice, but never. No wonder. So, the radical contentment that we are talking today, does it, because you are present and you're enjoying the moment, let's not forget the conscience and the awareness that we have and the big goal that we have in our life. But that also tells us the act that we are doing because of the radical contentment that makes us less guilty because we are aware of what we are doing. We are not rushed into, we do not have our mind taking over. So, we are not being in a hurry.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
does
we're not
that-
controlling
yeah,
the
we're
moment.
not controlling. So
Yeah.
that makes us eventually less guilty.
Yeah, I
ifs
mean,
and buts and-
you
and
can
all
connect the dots like that too.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
I mean,
It just changes the way that we perceive what has happened. It doesn't change the events, but radical acceptance changes the way that we perceive it. It's not a personal attack against, there's nothing wrong with you, nothing wrong with them. It
just
just makes
being-
you accept
The
what's happening
experience.
as it is.
right.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about contentment. Acceptance is almost the same thing, but I'm talking about just being content with the moment as it unfolds. Your meditation wasn't great. You didn't have that mystical experience that you longed for. It's okay. You're having too many emotional, thoughts. It's okay. Why do you have to control? So this way, you start to peel your own layers. You start to peel that layer that tries to control everything, even something as powerful as meditation, right? And so that's how we work on the practice of radical contentment in meditation. So when we are off meditation, it's easier to start working on that. Go ahead. Yeah, she needs a mic.
This is Alexandra. I have a question. When you're in radical contentment, what is the sound that you're in? And does that sound connect with sensations in your body or the lack of sensation? How do you know that you're there? What is it that expands inside of you or outside of you, confirming, I'm here?
I love that.
I like that.
This has been.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, sure. The sound. Well, contentment is a place where you're just content with whatever is happening. There's no expectation. The minute you say, what sound is it? What is it? You're already putting some imposition on that moment. So we should remember what contentment is, as is. You are a silent witness of things that are happening, unfolding in front of you. That's it. Things are arising as forms and situations and sensations, and you are witnessing it. And that is contentment.
And that happens after letting it go. So we let go and then we have radical contentment.
Let go is when you surrender to that moment, when you don't impose your fabrication or your mind's fabrication on how it should be, then comes contentment. It's actually a powerful practice, you guys. It's really meditation 2.0. Yes, please.
Radical contentment. It's almost like a portal to the peace of understanding. You take a step back, observe. Somebody brought up silence, the sound of silence. Remember that song, how, hello, my friend again, and that's what we're grappling with at times when ego, the shadow is there. But I've learned to embrace that, to come back to center whenever that pops up. Not like an enemy, but
Yes.
part of the payroll of God. He's there for a reason, to bring us back to center, heart space.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Alexandra, did I answer a little bit?
Yes, I wanted to find the grounding spot.
The ground.
And I am aware of it, but I wanted more clarity so that when our compass is trying
Moves
to
away, yeah.
Yes, how do we know to bring it back? What are the sensations or no sensations? Because sensations are part of being here in the physical world. And so therefore is the lack of sensations when we're there. In the
Yeah.
silence, in that divine presence that is emitting from us.
What I want to say, the way I practice it is that I go with zero expectations and there is no predictability around contentment. The minute I'm going to feel a sense of divinity within me or an awakening, boom, I have put an imposition of my mind. That's what I want. But practice of radical contentment is let the moment unfold as is, and I'm going to flow with it. I'm going to just flow with it. So that's what it is. So there is no expectation. Maybe you have a sensation, maybe you don't. You give space in your meditation and in your life for contentment, whatever that space may be. It might be a difficult space today. It might be very challenging today. Tomorrow it might be peaceful. But you just go with that flow. That is contentment. It is zero expectations, literally. Huh?
I've heard this state described as ecstasy.
That's true. That is when the awakened, when a spiritual awakening, once you figure out the power of your letting go and your contentment, you've got that down, that's when you start to experience states of bliss. And in Sanskrit, they call Sachitananda, the one who's always in bliss. Once you've figured out how to stay content, the energies that we spoke about last week, they are flowing, your heart is open, and you have this consistent up and down flow of energy, you start to feel bliss. Moments of bliss become... I was reading an author, and if I find the name, because I read sometimes a lot, so he wrote for 3 days straight when he felt he had an awakening. He couldn't stop writing. And it reads like poetry when he describes his awakening. It's actually a very powerful moment, but it is not unattainable. That's what I want you all to remember. Be bold in your goal. If you're a seeker, in Bhagavad Gita, one of the ancient scriptures, it says that it takes thousands of lives to be born and reborn, and then finally you get one life where you get to be a seeker. Okay? So use it wisely. Use that life that is given to you and that desire for spiritual seeking. Anyway, yes.
So one more.
Yes.
The radical contentment, once again, peace of understanding of where to be. Acronym for peace. Profound eternal awareness comes easily. So we want to come back to that heart space. And yeah, thank you.
We're gonna write those down. I want to.
But remember, no labels, okay? Radical contentment, we don't go with labels. We just take it as is. So if you put an acronym in your head, if you're not feeling peace, then what happens? So please remember, radical contentment means as is. As is. Sometimes there's no peace. So what? Radical contentment. That's all I wanted to say.
This is Alexander again. I had a wonderful yoga teacher, and she said something to me that really stuck with me, and it took me a long time to understand what she meant by this. And she said, one day you'll be doing yoga, and yoga will begin to teach you.
Yes.
And I went, wow, what does that mean? You know, and now I understand what it means. And as you were speaking, I thought, we're doing meditation, but there'll be one day when meditation will start to teach us
Yes.
as we're in it. Yes.
You will teach meditation. Yeah, yeah. I think that's what you meant. Okay.
No, that
Meditation
meditation
is-
practice itself
Well,
will teach me
yes.
to
And
meditate.
I hope it does. Oh, yeah, yeah. Right.
Yes, so that's what we're striving for,
True.
I believe is what you're saying, that we'll be in it
Yes.
at a level where it starts to teach us.
Right. Like at some point, we are hoping that meditation is a preparatory. I'm always wrong in my pronunciation there. Was it good?
No, you're not.
Sometimes my English. Anyway, so it leads us. I'd rather use a different word. No. So it leads us to that outcome that we are longing for. But sometimes we get so lost in that, what is leading us, we think this is it. So we hope in our awakening, we transcend all of these practices. We can transcend all of this. That's the hope we want to be in, right? Anyway, all right, guys. So today the meditation is going to be I'm going to help you through the part where I want you to be mindful of your breath. And then I'm going to leave you be. And you're going to, I want you to be on with your thoughts, your mind. Maybe it's a settled mind, maybe it's not a settled mind. And you keep remembering this intention in your practice, contentment. And you will start to peel your own layers. You will notice when the mind is trying to impose something. And whenever the mind starts to impose something in your meditation, you remind it again, hey, letting go and radical contentment. And that's how you do this meditation today. So you keep going in, peeling those layers like an onion you peel. Every time there is an imposition from your mind, for that moment that is in front of you, you say, hey, radical contentment. That's it. That's all. It's going to be a beautiful meditation. I think so. So if anybody wants to use the restroom or anything, go ahead. Take 2 minutes. I need to center myself too.
I'm fine.
How long will this meditation be?
Oh, it's actually for 40 minutes.
Yeah, it's closer to 45.
Why? Tell me.
Oh, I have to be somewhere at noon, but I'm going to.
At noon, you'll be done. It's 11 o'clock right now. You'll be done. Oh, so you need to drive
Be
there.
there.
So. I'm gonna let that person know.
Sorry, we just got a little delayed. But I felt like this message was important to deliver.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a powerful thing, right?
You cold?
Are you cold?
No.
Okay.
I was chilling with the heat, but it's okay.
We liked it warm. I guess just turn it down like we had talked about before.
Yeah,
Keep it
and
low.
if anybody's feeling
That's
warm, take
good.
off your socks.
That's good.
I think of it down here.
Okay. So your mantra today is going to be, or the intention of your practice is going to be, radical contentment. That's going to be your mantra. That's going to be your intention. That's going to be your anchor for today's practice. Let's begin. assuming our collective awakening today, we sit together in this sacred gathering and we bring our attention to our breath. Taking a few deep breaths to center you. A deep inhale and a deep exhale, centering you, relaxing you. Notice the coolness of the air as you breathe in and the warmth as you breathe out. Staying connected with our breath. Signaling the body and mind to relax. Just relax. Letting go of any need to strive, any need to change. Just be. notice the passage of your breath in your body. Inhaling as the breath goes in through your nose, into your throat, your lungs, your belly rises, your shoulders rise. And exhaling. Bring your awareness to your thoughts, the quality of your thoughts. Don't try to change anything. Just observe. Observe any physical sensations that you feel in your body. Scan your body with your breath from the crown of your head to the toes of your feet. Now, invite an intention in your practice today. The intention is letting go and radical contentment. Let this intention be your North Star. Let it guide you. The simplicity of being in the moment. letting go. And enjoying the simplicity of this moment. There is nothing to do, nowhere to be, nothing to control. Just be. Experiencing what it means to be, simply be, flowing with the moment, without control, without labels. Just being in the moment. Letting it go. Just letting go. Staying in a state of non-engagement, non-attachment with your thoughts. Just letting go. You are enough, and this moment is enough, complete, whole. You are here, fully present, natural. Just be. giving space to anything that rises in us without trying to change it or control it. Because when we let go, the beauty of this moment unfolds naturally. Inviting your intention in your practice again, radical contentment for what is. everything dissolves in this radical act of contentment. No edges, no labels, no definitions. Just be. Just awareness breathing itself. Your existence celebrating itself. Just be.
As the wind blows, I let go. As the wind blows, I let go. Let go, let God, let go, let God, let go, let God, let go. As the wind blows, I let go. As the wind blows, I let go. Let go, let God, let go, let God, let go, let God, let go. As the river flows, I let go. As the river flows, I let go. Let go, let God, let go, let God, let go, let God, let go. As the river flows, I let go. As the river flows, I let go. As I breathe in, I let go. As I breathe out, I let go. Let go, let God, let go, let God, let go, let God, let go. As I breathe in, I let go. As I breathe out, I let go. Let go, let go.
To love, light, and letting go. Namaste. I sensed they were hurting you.
Excuse me.
I want to say this, that it is a human predicament, that we all have this existential crisis situation going on where we think, I'm not enough, or this moment is not enough. We're just envisioning a future, a better future, or something is going to change. But we're not very content with the moment. You know, you're always waiting for that right moment. Haven't you noticed that perfect moment? And I'm not enough, or this moment is good, but it's not enough yet. You see what I'm saying? There's always this imposition of the mind that it wants it in a certain way, it wants to control it, but it's absurd. How can mind control anything or anything at all? And so we live in this predicament all the time. And that is why people go through anxiety and disturbances, because they're not able to surrender to the moment the way it is. And so I think if we can practice radical contentment from today in all our meditations as well, it doesn't matter you do mindfulness or you do guided, you start your practice with radical contentment, and then you go ahead and do your practice. And then when you do it in your meditation, you can also practice it in your life.
I think that's the hard part, is the letting go. Before you get to that point, there's so much fear.
Yeah.
And I think that's where a lot of us will stop short of letting go. We get right up into the doorstop, and then the fear sometimes will take over, and then it'll take us a couple of steps back. It's getting over the hump of that fear and knowing that no matter what happens, you're okay.
That's the hard part.
That's the hard part.
I agree. That is why I say that start small. You know, don't take on bigger challenges yet. Put on the training wheels. Take the smaller ones that you can let go. You know, it's a very selfless and a selfish act at the same time when you don't win an argument. It really is, you know. So it's both. So try the smaller challenges and then take on the deeper ones. Yeah.
So it's not as scary, because
So it's not that
you think to yourself, am I going to lose who I am? And what is that going to look like?
But then
The
your
new
who
person.
I
Am I gonna
am
like
is
that person?
defined by your mind,
Exactly.
the egotistic mind.
But that's where the fear comes in, right? Because you're so deep in your programming and what you've been taught and who you are, or who you think you should be. That's where I think the fear comes in.
Yeah.
Who you think you should be, yeah.
Right. So
That's again the ego-driven mind.
Ego, society, our parents, our
Conditioning,
culture, conditioning, programming, past traumas, expectations. I mean, we could throw it all in the suitcase, right? Because we all have our baggage in our suitcases. I need a U-Haul truck, okay, to throw all my stuff in, right? But it's the fear that, but like you said, it's all in your mind.
Ego-driven mind.
It's the ego,
deciding
yes.
Your personality, and that's
And
what
once
you're
you let that go and you surrender, but it's the fear that holds us back,
Right.
right?
Yeah. But we're going to do it anyways.
Yeah.
Because that's who we are, fearless. Right? We're just going to practice this in anything we do in our lives, especially our meditations, and then we could practice it outside our meditation.
But there is no fear. Fear is false. It's, you know what I mean? So it's something that we are steering our lives by that's not even real. So we got to we have to let the fear go because it's not real anyway.
If there's any consolation, most of the stuff we think is gonna happen is not.
It doesn't.
Here you go.
We future
like
trip,
Good
yeah,
and bad.
future trip on things and it doesn't even happen. So.
And even if it is, you're prepared.
Right.
It's the preparation of the mind that will say, this is my life, and come what may, I will embrace it with grace, with intelligence, and with what I have learned from with the meditation practice, and that sets you. It's the prepared mind. You know, if you fear that thing because you're not prepared for it, and that's what all the anxiety creeps in. But if you're prepared for it, you're ready for it. You will actually go through it.
right? Because you're not prepared, so you're afraid of it.
The process. It's a process.
You just brought something in my mind that I wanted to share with Barkha.
Yes.
I told Nika already. Dealing like with anxiety and different things like that, right? Or coming from my perspective. The other day, I had an experience that was pretty wild. I was driving home and it was a stoplight, and when the light turned green, this truck, I'm talking about the light was red on there, solid red, and they just came barreling through. I didn't have time to stop. There was no way. And usually I would have been so nervous that I'd have jammed on the brakes and skidded and probably hit him full force in panic. But for some reason, Barkha, all of a sudden, I literally just calmed down. And I realized, pump the brakes, like emotionally pump them, and then physically. And I just kept a steady foot. This is out of character for me because I don't need Well, no, you should because
She's good now.
yeah, you should because instead of me being anxious and then maybe doing something, in that moment, I was able to calm down enough, and I cannot believe I didn't hit this person. My bumper, I almost got out and looked because we didn't touch, but we were this close, and normally that would have freaked me out for the rest of the day. I'd have been kind of anxious about it, like driving, and for some reason, and not for some reason, I think because of the daily meditation, making me realize I'm not gonna die.
You were prepared.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah.
unconsciously, you were prepared for the moment. And
But I was calm
and
enough
you
to
did the right
think
thing.
during that time instead of like what I used to do in the past with him, like, oh my God, So it was a lot better.
Thank you for sharing. Wow.
Bravo, girl.
I couldn't believe it.
I think, David, we can go offline now. Thank you. Bye, everybody. Can you
Bye.
18 people online? Yeah. Getting a lot of people online.
That's fine, these are, they're me in.